Okay, so let's turn on my Facebook, then it will show you how we look like. So I just start Facebook Live. All
I
right.
can see you.
Okay. Okay, okay. All right, Ina is here. So hello everyone. Today is a Friday, but we are a little bit late. We are sorry about it. We had some technical issue that we couldn't start exact same as last week, last Friday, but it's okay. We will still provide new information and update information, and also we are going to cheating each other and make it fun. And also it will take a bit 15 minutes to 30 minutes. The maximum will be 30 minutes. So today, Friday facial Q&A section, ASEAN team also invited our special guests, one of our colleagues is from Ukraine. Her name is Galina. Hello,
Hello,
Galina.
everyone.
How are you?
Hi, everyone. Great to see you. Great to see you.
Would you please explain and introduce yourself and your name and which country you are looking after, please?
Hello, everyone, again. My name is Galina. I'm an Fanshawe College representative in all European countries. So I'm responsible for students coming from Western Europe, starting with Ireland, I guess, right, from the Atlantic Ocean. And my region also includes the Russian-speaking countries, as we usually call it, Soviet, post-Soviet countries. So I'm responsible for the whole territory of Europe and part of Asia, but the Northern Asia. Mostly my students are coming from Russia and Ukraine. This is why I am from Ukraine, not from UK or somewhere else. And we don't have many students from that area compared to Asian region, unfortunately, but we're working on it. We are working on it. So great to be here. It's a great honor for me to join you. And I hope if you have any questions, I hope I'll be able to answer all them. And I'll provide you with the interesting information about my students coming from my area.
You are mute, Jay?
Put it.
Yeah, you should be unmute, yes.
Oh, okay, we're sorry. My brain also has a technical issue today. It's a Friday, right? Tomorrow is a Saturday, but we're gonna attend on the section. So there's no weekend for fashion recruiters, which we like it for our students and education partners. All right. So today is our third time to have our Friday fashion with ASEAN team, and also today we also have a special guest from Galena. So we are going to talk about the topic, learning and studying with different nationality. Ina, could you please explain how many different nationality Fanshawe have?
Okay, so right now we have 7,500 international students. So that's a big community of learners, and they are they are represented in 104 different countries. So those students came from the market that we are representing, so from Philippines, Korea, Vietnam, and also in Europe. So you are expecting a big number of students with different nationalities and different traditions as well.
Okay, so I also can add some more information. So Fanshawe College, we have been recruiting many different nationality. Why? For our international students and also domestic students. And I can provide you September 2018, Fanshawe College, we had around 80 different nationality students. But since September 2019, we have more than 100 different nationality. Why we try to recruit many different nationality? Because when you are studying a franchise, you will see many different nationality and you will work with them for your project or group work. Then you will understand different culture and most likely you have to understand different accents and pronunciation. So as you guys know, Canada is multicultural, so you better to understand my accent, then you can keep watching our Facebook Live. If you don't understand the Galina pronunciation, you also don't know what she's talking about. So you also have to expect when you have full-time or part-time co-op interview, you might have interview with different nationality. So if you will not understand different accent and pronunciation, you will not understand their question, it means you cannot provide a right answer. It means you will lose your job opportunity. So that is one of the main reasons why we try to. So we have 4 recruiters here. So we try to recruit our students from our market for each other, for our students who we want them to succeed in Canada. So today we are going to explain about what is the advantage studying with different nationalities. So we already have a lot of experience with our current students and alumni students that we are going to share. So based on our market. So I think Galina, you can start first regarding your students and your markets, how they like to work with other nationality, how they had fun or they had any issue or problem.
Now was me unmuted. Sorry about that. So for my students, it is kind of new experience, but at the same time, it's something that they've all already faced with. For example, if we're talking about this post-Soviet countries, Russian-speaking countries, as we mentioned, as we usually call it, it's 15 countries or something like that. It's Eastern Europe and to the Asian part. We used to be one big country, so we got used to be a big family with many, more than 100 nationalities, not the citizenships, right? We're not talking about the citizenship, we're talking about the nationalities. So it's very easy for them to find, I mean, for example, for Ukrainians to find friends coming from other countries, because we got used to think that Belarusians are our brothers, or for example, Uzbekis are our brothers. That's only because we used to be one big country. Same about Western Europe. Western Europe, as you know, it's a quite small region, pretty inhabitant. So I guess all of them, they are very friendly to each other. So for them, coming to Canada and living in this multicultural experience is not something new. However, they have to face and deal with other students coming from other countries more closely. Personally, like me personally, I like this. I like, as I call it, this mix of cultures, because you learn a lot from other people. Some nationalities are more friendly. Some nationalities are more old-fashioned or more stick to their traditions. So you learn to value this difference. You learn how to deal with these people, not only trying to understand them based on their accent, but that's very important, to be honest. I remember when I first came to Canada, it was such a challenge for me because I could understand probably like 20% of what were people around me talking because of the different pronunciation. It's very easy to understand a person who speaks Runglish, as we call it, Russian plus English, right? Now, for some people, it's easier to understand Spanglish, Spanish plus Russian. But it wasn't easy for me, to be honest, to understand Asian people coming from Asia. It took a while, but it was really awesome to learn from those people their attitude to each other, some of their traditions, the attitude to work, some work etiquette, etc., etc. And my students, they also enjoy it. From what I heard from, for example, from girls from Ukraine working in groups with people from Latin America, for example, they say we are pretty much close. I mean, we are a little bit alike with them. They are fun, they are easy, easy to deal with, and it's awesome. They also like this kind of old-fashioned style of attitude to traditions, etc., of students coming from South Asia, for example. So for my students, it is not so new experience to live in this multicultural experience. However, it is also, it brings them and it gives them a lot of new knowledge that helps them in the future. What I can say, vice versa, for example, what people usually think about students from my area is that many people think that, for example, as we call us Russians, Russian-speaking students are usually grumpy, they are not so friendly, they are kind of like closed, etc. But I always say that it's not like that. We are very heartwarmed inside. We are, in fact, we are friendly. It just takes time for us to open up, to someone, to make a friend, because, well, it's not just who we are here in this culture. Maybe that's because we're coming from the north and we got used to stay close to each other. I mean, closed compared to others, trying to survive, you know. But still, I love this experience, me personally, and even you guys, you're coming from 3 different countries, and it's amazing. And I always say that our Fanshawe International team is one of the most international teams. Like each and every person who works for Fanshawe International is coming from different country, brings something new of their culture, right? And we can share that and we can exchange that and we can make some advantages of that. Same about students. And I know some of my students, for example, they live in houses, they rent out a whole house and there are like 5 to 6 people coming from different parts of the world. So people from Brazil, from South Africa, from Kenya, for example, from Europe, from Ukraine, and from India might live under one roof. And that's when they also learn how to deal with each other. That's where they exchange the recipes. That's where exchange some cultural things. That's how they're getting used to live in a place like Canada, where every nationality, every culture is highly valued and appreciated. So that's pretty much all I would say about my students' experience and my personal experience.
Wow, I think you explained all those nationalities. So it means I don't have to say anything, right? So you took Hans or Ina's sentence, everything, right? So by the way, Galina, how long have you been working for Fanshawe?
So it's almost 4 years since I started working for
Right,
Fanshawe. It's been a huge, like for me, it's a huge experience, and it's been quite long already.
right. And also, we already missed the September trip. I think it will be impossible because
Yeah,
of the
unfortunately.
COVID-19. So we expect next in September or before September, then
Hmm.
we can make a Chris party.
Yeah.
So okay. So who wanna share other experience? Hang or who wanna share first for our guest and attendance? Oh,
I can do first.
all right. So
Ina, you go first.
you go first. Yeah.
Okay. So for Filipino students, I think what I usually say, I think just to give some context, aside from us helping you prepare to for your exposure to different nationalities for the students in Fanshawe, we also try to prepare your professors and Fanshawe staff with regard to the people that are coming in, the students that are coming in for each semester. So we have culture sessions, and I had a chance to talk about the Philippines and talk about the Filipino students last September. So at first, I would always say that Filipinos like to mingle with fellow Filipinos, or kababayan as we call it. So it would take some time for them to adjust or adapt or even talk to other people from other nationalities, but after some time, if they get very comfortable, they're very warm. Same with those people in Europe. So, or in the market of Galina. So it might take some time for us, but I think in terms of the language, we are pretty much well versed with English. So English is not really that of an issue, but it's more of like us being comfortable with other people. But regardless of whatever nationality that your classmates might have or would be part of, it's totally fine because we are very hospitable, we're very heartwarming, but it's more of like you taking a step, one step, I mean, the first step in terms of opening your comfort zone with other people. So I hope students that are coming in from the Philippines to Canada this September can also make use of that. Even if you are doing online, you can chat with your classmates in WhatsApp, Viber, if you have group works. So I hope you feel comfortable. And I have seen a lot of Filipinos that started their program last January that are now friends, and they are going out with a lot of their friends from other programs, other schools, and they're very much having fun. So it might take time. Don't worry, it's not a race. Do not rush yourself. If you think that you're introvert, it's fine. You will get used to it. So there.
Okay. That was a good experience. And
Hi everyone. Yeah, for Vietnamese student, I think the first challenge is the English because we are not the English speaking countries. But yeah, for EAB student, from my experience at the beginning, they a little bit shy and more have have tend to work in a group with Vietnamese students. But when just like Ina said, when they feel comfortable and go to the postgraduate, the secondary program or postgraduate program, Vietnamese students quite very active. Yeah, we really friendly and enjoy working with other nationality other than just Vietnamese group. And I think for Vietnamese students, usually for good students, they tend to take a leader role in a group. Yeah, that's just a habit. But Vietnamese students really study hard, working hard. Yeah, and I know there is some very good students from the academy as well. And yeah, for understand other nationality, I think we have some difficulty understand some Asian accent as well, like Indian, English Indian, some students from China, Korean. Yeah, but they more enjoy working with some Western students. Yeah, that's from my
that's good.
experience.
Wow. Okay. That was good experience and good information. By the way, you guys know, I just check who is attending. Aisham is watching our Facebook Live.
Hi,
Just
Aisha.
Aisham is
awesome.
also
Hi,
one of
awesome.
our colleague recruiter. She living in Turkey, working for Fanshawe. She's also market leader. So hello, Aisham. We would like to invite you next Friday, Fanshawe. We are going to contact you to join our Friday Fanshawe Q&A section for the next time. So please check your message. I'm going to send you a message today. Okay. Okay, so I can share some information on our Korean students, what I heard, and also I looking after many different country student, and other country student also had done one of the project with the Korean student. So what I can tell, so you also have to expect if you will work with one of the Korean student, we we have a three different uh, group of Korea students. So maybe I can explain you some. So first student I can explain. So Korea student always wanted to finish all of the homework, assignment, or group project as possible. So they will always bother you. They will keep sending you a lot of message. Are you done? Are you done? Your slide. Can you share or can you send it to me? Because we wanted to finish as possible. Why? There's a few different reasons. First, Korean student wanted to add more information to get higher GPA. Or second, Korean student always a little bit scared to finish a big project. So they wanted to keep checking everything. So they will ask you to have a coffee or having lunch and check the project together. If we miss or if the Korea students miss his or her part, they always ask the classmate or you to double check and provide or fix. And the last group Korea student, they just wanted to enjoy their life. So they don't care about their GPA. They are not interested in project. So they just wanted to finish their project as possible, wanted to drink beer or whiskey or going to the pub or enjoying their life. So it will be random. I don't know who will work with, what kind of Korea students you will meet during you are studying at Fanshawe, but I will work with I hope you will work with number one or two Korea student, not three. Then it will affect your GPA too. So please check Korea students' personality during your attending class. So you better to understand what kind of personality the Korean student has. If you feels like he is good, he always asks some question to the professor, wanted to double check his questions or inquiry with other friends or professor, he's a good Korean student. So you better to work with the Korean student, then it will also help you to increase your GPA. So Korean student always wanted to finish the project, but don't forget we have a three different the personality why they wanted to finish the project as possible. So this is my experience from Korean students and other market students because other country students ask me why Korean students keep sending me message to finish my slide. There is always a deadline due date, but keep bugging me. So I always explain that you have three different Korean students, group of the student, but you met the number one or you met number two. So they understand. So please keep communicating and talking with the Korean student when you are studying in your program in a class. So sometimes it's not help you to increase your GPA. Maybe it will decrease your GPA, but I hope not. For most Korean students who are studying at Fanshawe, they always think about getting full-time job and also apply permanent resident. So they really wanted to get higher GPA. So most likely, Korean students are good at a lot of projects and assignment, and they are really friendly and will like to hang out with any other nationality students. So please enjoy your study with Korean student. Okay.
So it's a great tip.
Any
Thank you.
other?
It's a great tip, you know. So in case you have a group project, guys, you have to
Yeah.
look for Korean students first of all, who are
And
who
ask
could
them
be-
what type of Korean group.
So
yeah, just
when
it
I
will
was a
help
student,
you.
I kind of number three.
Oh, yeah. So just so you know,
Finish
guys,
the project.
Jay is a alumni of Fanshawe.
And do not take him into any group project, right? Yeah, I think we all have this kind of students who prefer partying over studying, right? And very few
Right, right.
students And very few students who are focused on their studies or focused on their GPA because of, I don't know, because of they would like to get a scholarship or because they would like to improve their CV for future employment, etc. But I think one thing is pretty common for all our markets is that all of the students, international students who come to Canada, they would like to work and they're looking for work. And here I always say to my student, I recommend them to make as much friends as possible. So I think in this particular case, Fanshawe is in a great place to do that because networking is important. And you have to stay close, not too close, but you have to stay friendly, and you have to be present in all the extracurricular, probably some activities, if you want to be a successful student while you study, because it might help you to increase your GPA or to have a funnier life while you're studying as a student. And also it will help you to find a job more quickly than if you'd be all alone and just stay stuck to your books. So networking is important, and in Canada, it is important to be friendly with all the nationalities. And what I like the most that this country, it kind of like provides same attitude from different countries. So if, for example, if Ukrainian comes to Canada, he is friendly, she is friendly to all nationalities, and vice versa. For example, if when other nationalities come to Canada, they are friendly even to Ukrainians. Well, I hope they are friendly, right? And sometimes some hobbies helps. For example, I remember I had a student, she went for language courses to Canada, and she spent 2 months in Vancouver. And when she returned back home to Russia, she was crying literally because she said, oh my God, I'm gonna miss my Korean students. And I said, oh, really? You had so many people coming from so many countries on campus. You studied with more than 50 different countries and you miss only Koreans. She said, yeah, they are so cool. And I love drama, movies, etc. So I'm gonna miss them the most. And other people, they are huge fans of, for example, vacations somewhere in the Philippines, especially the eastern part of Russia. And they love to be close to people coming from that area. And it's what I find amazing about Fanshawe, that you have this opportunity to find a friend from almost every country you would like to, right? Because we have so many of them represented. And sometimes I know some people, they are originally from one place, but then their parents moved to another country and they ended up in the third country, and now they're living in Canada. So it's kind of like you have 4 countries in one person. So it is also amazing. We have to support and we have to promote the idea of multinationality in Canada, multi-religious things in Canada, and that you have to pay attention to that. You have to be patient to all the nationalities. You have to be friendly. Otherwise, you won't succeed in Canada. No with professors, no with students.
Right. But everyone, don't forget, college life is once your life. So you have to pretty much enjoy your college life, same as me. I really pretty much enjoy my college life in London. So your project and studying hard is also really important, but don't miss college life. I really wanted to have again, but I pretty much ordered them, our college students, so I cannot join. Even I wanted to go to the pub, maybe security asked me not to enter the pub. So yeah, you have to enjoy your life too. Studying is also really important, but also you have to enjoy. Well, it is really first time we have questions from Vietnam.
Yeah.
So yeah, Han, could you please answer for Nguyen?
So the first question, she would like to know about some social activity to connect international students together. Jay and Galina, because you have been working for Fanshawe for years. So can you share some social activity or some club during the time the students study in Fanshawe? Yeah.
Yeah, that's an amazing question, actually. You know, I love this kind of questions. So, first of all, you can make your first friends upon arrival once you're on campus during the orientation sessions, because all the students must attend it to find out more information about what campus is offering you, what college provide, what kind of services and for example, services. First of all, what kind of services college provides to each of students. So that's the first way. That's the first event where you can meet some new and make new friends from different nationalities. Besides that, we also have our Fanshawe Student Union. It's an association that helps, who organizes all the extracurricular activities on campus, and also they actually make students' life funnier, better, more interesting. They do everything apart the studying. So we have international days where people from different countries, they can, for example, bring their homemade food. They sometimes they have a dance competition, or just, it's not a competition, not a contest, just a show, right? We also have different parties organized by this Fanshawe Student Union, like, for example, open mics, etc. So Fanshawe Student Union usually have this activity calendar for each and every month, where you can find information in advance what's planned for tonight, for example, or for tomorrow, or for the weekend. And you can join those events to make new friends, or just to entertain yourself if you don't want to be with somebody else. I mean, just to interact with somebody else, but you'd like to go somewhere, for example, to Niagara Falls or to Montreal or any other place in Canada. So we also have some clubs. But when I checked the last time, when I checked the website of the club's page, it was there was only one club, something like dance fan club, like that. So people who are fond of that different type of dancing, and that's it. But every term, at the beginning of each term, we have clubs day, where you can find out about all the clubs that we offer. And if you're, for example, fond of, I don't know, singing or dancing, or working for some, maybe in some organization. I had one student from Ukraine. He was looking for some club that would be closely cooperation with UNICEF. And he said, whoa, I didn't find anyone like a club registered like that, but I would like to start it. And right now we have a club for my students from Russian speaking territory. It calls Slova Solutions, which means word solutions. And these guys, what they do is amazing, actually. It was their initiative. So they've just collected a couple of people, and they found an amazing cafe in London, Ontario. They have become friends with the owner, and almost each month they organize, either it's a movie night or it's an art night. They have art classes there, or they celebrate some our holidays. Like, if, I don't know, guys, if you heard that we have 2 New Year Eves. We have a regular one on a January, like December 31st to January 1st, and then we have another one 2 weeks later. So they celebrated that in January. Things like that. They also organize their own trips. And I always encourage my new students to join these groups, to join this kind of clubs, just to get more information, to make friends, first of all, because it will make your life easier and more fun. You will have someone to share a drink with. You will have someone to share some tips about them. I don't know, some tips and secrets about how to deal with some professors, for example. Like, you can attend these classes, you don't have to attend these classes, but you have to do all the assignments, things like that, you know. And also, being in this informal groups, on this informal meetings, you also can get and create that networking, which is, again, very important for future employment. Because honestly, I would say almost 95% of our students come into Canada to study and to stay there. And if you want to stay there, you have to work there. And these students, they can share their experience or the experience of people who they heard from, how it's working and what they have to do. So we have many events coming, and we also we always post it on Facebook pages, on our regional Facebook pages, or there are some specific pages from our Fanshawe Student Union, for example, or from Fanshawe International, where they promote this kind of events. And I'm sure that despite this year, it's going to be a little bit different because half of our programs will be ran online. Still, we're going to have something organized like that. So please do not avoid it. Just do not be open. Be open to the world, and world will be open to you as well. So we have many opportunities for our students. We are trying to help them. I'm sure that you guys can tell more about that, things like Fanshawe Cares and Fanshawe Works, where you can start making your friends right at the airport upon arrival, right, on a bus. Usually it happens even there. And on those, our workshop dedicated to work opportunities, etc., etc. So you can do that. Just we also have an app, I guess, right? Fanshawe Assist, and there is information about that, if I'm not mistaken, about all the events that are happening on campus, like President's Pancakes Day, and that's my favorite, to be honest, where you can grab a free pancake from the president and a free coffee and etc. And library, they do an amazing job there as well. They also, you can, pardon?
They give
Free hot dog, free burger. Yeah.
Yeah, that's really awesome. I remember there was one year they had each Thursday they had not a barbecue but a sausage day or something like that, where you can get
Yeah.
on one of the yards next to one of the campuses, one of the buildings. You could get a free kind of like a hot dog and a drink. That's amazing. So college does
Right.
everything to support you, to help you. You just have to attend it. Just don't avoid it.
Right. That was really good information. And also, we have a lot of clubs, and a lot of Vietnam students like playing badminton, which we also have a club. So we have a club for volleyball, yoga, and badminton, basketball, soccer. We have a lot of clubs are really, 100% active. So all of the club information is on the word on the campus. So please just pass the word. You better to contact them if you really like to join our one of the club. And we also have a second question from Vietnam. I think Ina can answer. If we don't understand them well because of accent, how to work together effectively. How do you think?
Okay, I think what I can tell the student, if you have any sort of like issues or concerns with how you can understand lectures, how you can understand your classmates, you can go to our learning center. So we have tutors. Most of them are actually students. Jay, let me please correct me if I'm wrong. They're students. Some of them are also advisors that can help you understand well your English, for your classrooms and for your classes, but also in terms of like conversation wise, it would be best for you to start small, small steps in terms of conversing with other people in English, like even say hi, buying food, um, and also one good opportunity so that you can start your network and also practice your English is being a volunteer in the international center. So international center, all of our international students are coming there asking for questions. Some of them would actually say, "Do you have a Vietnamese representative inside so that I can talk in Vietnamese or in Filipino?" Unfortunately, there's none for Vietnam and for Philippines, but you can converse to any of our staff in the international center in English, and that can actually help you because I think being in Fanshawe would be your testing ground in terms of like dealing with other people when you want to live in Canada. So that's some of my suggestions or tips probably for these students that might have some difficulty in understanding English.
Yeah, and it's very important to know that our learning center, they also offer this communication circle. Do you know this kind of I think they meet twice a week or once a week, where students who face these issues with the speaking issues or with maybe understanding, like listening issues, they can attend those classes. It's free, and usually our students of EEP program, they attend it. I had a few students from Russia and Ukraine who attended it, and they said that it actually helped them to develop this speaking and listening skills. Not writing, it's just communication, it's just conversation. So it is also very important. If you have any issue, if you have any problem, if you don't know who to ask help for, just go to Fanshawe International, and these people, they will help you. They will just lead you to the direct to the right right department, or to the right person who can help you. And sometimes, even if we don't have a volunteer or an employee there on campus, there will always be a student coming from your country who can help you in your language, or who can translate you. So it's very important not to shy, but to talk about your problem and ask for help. Nobody knows what kind of problems you have, because usually we do not talk about that out loud, right? So it's very important to ask for help, to voice that, and we will definitely help you.
Good answer. So I think it we have one more, well, actually two more questions, but we can explain together. Then I can take it, and it will be our last question. So he asked us, in course assignment project, do the lectures split group randomly or student formed by themselves? Okay, so I think all of the students really doesn't know how we make a group. So professors usually give you the number. So in the classroom, we usually put the 18 to 20 students. So pretty much two or three students, or it will depends on the professor how many group he or she wants to make. But usually 3 to 4 students are in a group. So they will provide you a number. So they will give you 1, 2, 3, 4, and you have to work with the same number student. So if your number is 2, so you will work with the number 2 students. If your number is 3, so you will work with the student who got the number 3 from the professor. And the last occasion, the bad guy, I think, who is not working or who is not work properly joining the group, finish the project. What I can give you a tip, just to keep doing it and just report to your professor, right? And just report it. And professor will not provide any GPA mark. So don't worry, okay? So we also don't want to give any mark who, doesn't want to do anything for project. Student also have to understand what is a group work, what is a project. We have to work together. We have to spend the time together, right? So you just send an email. And when you send the PDF or PowerPoint, don't put the bad guy student information in the PowerPoint. And then the student will not get any more. So don't worry, okay? So I think we can finish our Friday Fanshawe Q&A section with our special guest, Galina. Galina, would you want to say something for the end?
Yeah, I would like to thank you for the invitation. Like I said, it's been a great honor for me. I hope I didn't talk too much, despite I do like to do that, and you all know that. It's really amazing. It's amazing what you're doing, and I'm sure that this information that you provide each Friday is extremely important for our students. So I would encourage them and highly recommend to attend it if you cannot attend it because of the time difference. So please just watch the record, because we have it. Yeah, and thank you. I'll be more than happy if anyone has any questions from my area, or if students from your area, from any other areas have any other questions about my market, about my students. Thank you. And I wish all our students a great success and good luck this fall. Those who start this fall, don't be afraid of online learning. It's really interesting. It's an amazing and new experience for you. And come to Fanshawe. We'll be more than happy to have you there. Thank you.
All right. Han or Ina, you guys want to say something?
Wow, I think today we provide many useful information. It's very useful topic, and we're happy to have you here, Galina. Yeah. Thank you.
Ina?
Hi. Okay. So thank you, Galina, for spending your your evening with us or morning with us.
It's the
I hope
morning.
yeah, morning. So I hope all of the students that are watching here and even the agents, you can get information from this session that you can also share with your students how to prepare for them for their arrival in Fanshawe. Aside from diversity of the nationality, even age group, I have a lot of questions from students about am I too old for other students in Fanshawe? Regardless of your age, you're very welcome in Canada, specifically in Fanshawe College. So age is not it's not an issue to us.
That was good. We don't care how you are old. So, all right. So thank you for watch Friday Fanshawe Q&A section today. And of course, we will be coming next Friday with other special guests. So next Friday, what we are going to talk about, so we are going to talk about the program recommendation. So each markets, we have a different popular programs. So we will provide you what kind of programs are popular in the Philippines, Vietnam, and Korea, other ASEAN region, also in Canada. And also we will also, explain why this program is in popular. Those programs are popular in our area. That you might consider other programs which you never thought about because you are living in a different country. So please join our next Friday Fanshawe Q&A section, and we are more than happy to answer all of your questions. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
See you
Bye
next
bye.
Friday.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
See you next Friday.